So that was that was in a very very eventful episode. So yes, hey guys, Jordan Williams here, and I know it's been a while, and I just thought best to start back the videos again with a little talk about the season premiere of The Walking Dead. Now, granted, it is going to have some spoilers, so if you haven't watched it yet, or if if you're still trying to catch up with the show, don't watch it. Don't watch this video because it's going to have a lot of spoilers about what happened in the episode and so on and so forth. So, yeah, if you've seen season 6, the last episode, the 90-minute, slowly agonizing episode, you would know that you were very pissed off with it because it was a whole hour and 20 minutes of them going back and forth in the RV, getting stuck by all these people, Negan's people, the saviors, and end up going to see Negan himself by being trapped by everyone. The last 10 minutes is the awakening Negan. And it is an amazing performance by Jeffrey Dean Morgan. He definitely shows that he is up for this role. And we get the whole eeny, meeny, miny, mo that we see in the graphic novels. And once when it points to the person that's it, well, shit is the fan. And we don't see who gets killed off. It does a point of view. We don't get to see who gets killed off. So 6 agonizing months later, we finally get the premiere that we have been so waiting for. But at the same time, very anxious to watch. Now, I, for one, love this episode. It was a great way to actually just forget all about what happened in the last season. Because to be honest, the last season felt like it was mainly filler episodes. And I'm hoping that this season will outdo the last season. I really do hope so. And I, for one, I remember when I was reading the graphic novels, I had a hard time reading through the graphic novels until Negan popped up. And Negan, once when he appeared, it got more interesting to read. I'm hoping that the show will do that. I'm hoping the show will get more interesting now that Negan is on board. Because Negan, honestly, is probably one of my favorite characters from the show. And seeing Jeffrey Dean Morgan play as Negan, his portrayal of Negan, I mean, it just got better in this episode. He was dark, he was ruthless, he was very odd humored. He's one that you do not want to fuck with, and he definitely proves it in this episode a little too much, if you ask me. It went very over the board dark, and honestly, they did warn us that it was gonna get dark, and yeah, we didn't heed their warning because we were still, at least I was just not ready. I'm still shaking from the whole episode in general. I, for one, didn't cry. I teared up a bit at us when they got killed, the certain people. So yeah, let's go into that. So it starts off with talking. It's showing the teaser that we saw that showed Rick saying, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you. Not today, not tomorrow, but I'm gonna kill you." And so, of course, Negan, trying to act almighty because honestly, he's not scared of Rick. He knows he's got everyone behind him. He's got, they got his back. And Negan, well, he's a fucking badass. And so Negan, just, amused by Rick, he takes Rick in the RV and they drive off to where the zombies are just hoarded around the person that got hung along with the logs that got on fire. And what Negan has him do is, well, he throws the axe on top of the RV and he asks Rick to go get it. No, he doesn't ask Rick. He forces Rick to go get it. And so once when Rick is out there trying to, grab the axe, he has these motions that go through his head, these certain things that he's dreaming of. And of course, Negan, he says, I want you to think about what could happen, what could have happened, what just happened, and what could be happening later on. And along those lines, at least. And of course, he starts imagining stuff. He imagines all the people getting hit by by Lucille. And of course, we actually see the scene play out. We see Rick's point of view of who gets killed. We see that it's okay. So this is where I'm going to start spoiling stuff. So the person that gets Lucille is Abraham. Abraham ends up taking the bat. Now a lot of people guessed it was Abraham. I mean, it was kind of obvious. Um, but the next thing that was going to happen was honestly one that may be a little shocking to people. I, for one, didn't think anything of it until people started speculating something about it. And once when people started saying that, I honestly could see where they were coming from. It still shocked me, though, to see this. But once when Abraham gets killed, he starts showing it off to Rosita, which Rosita and Abraham did have a thing. And she was bawling. She didn't want to look at the bat. And once when he kept saying look at the bat, that's when Daryl attacks Negan. And of course, if you remember from the last episode, he says if anything like that happens again, I will shut that shit down, no exceptions. Once when of course Glenn almost tried to attack him when he was looking at Maggie. And well, you would think it'd be Daryl that gets hit, but honestly, he plays it out to hit Glenn. Yes, Glenn sadly does not make it, not even in the TV canon. So, yes, that moment teared me up. Yes, it was hard to see Abraham get killed, but honestly, I was getting teared up by just seeing Glenn getting hit. And it was just a lot to take in. Um, I was shaken up by just the whole scene in general, just seeing these things happen all at once. You see everyone's reaction, especially Maggie, Rosita, and Sasha's reaction to these two getting killed, and it's just hard to take in. You see Rick is just scared shitless. Everyone is just like bawling their eyes out. They're shocked by what they're seeing, and he just goes crazy all out on them, and it's very brutal, very graphic, very dark stuff. And honestly, I knew it was going to be dark, but it was pretty hard to watch. But honestly, I had a hard time reading the graphic novel version, so yeah, I kind of figured I was going to have a hard time with this. um, so yeah, once when we see that, he starts imagining, everyone else getting Lucille that didn't get Lucille, but he imagines them getting Lucille. And he just doesn't want that to happen. He doesn't want anyone else to die. He feels at fault for this. And of course, once when he grabs the axe and, Negan lets him back in the RV, Negan still sees that Rick still hasn't changed. He knows that Rick still isn't afraid of Negan. So what does Negan do? They drive back, and he has him try to cut off Carl's arm with the axe that he got. Of course, he doesn't, because Negan stops him, because Negan knows that he got to Rick, and of course that's all he wanted. Now that's not the end of it, of course. What happens next? He takes Daryl, because Daryl tried to attack him. So he says, you guys are going to start trading. You guys are going to give us stuff. You're going to give us shit. And if you do not have the amount that we want, we will send body parts of Daryl to you. Or better yet, have you do something to him. So, yeah. Negan does a lot of dark shit in this episode. It's just so much to take in all at once. And honestly, I'm glad they did it. Because, a lot of people they were thinking, oh, it's just another bad guy. It's just another governor. There's nothing worse that he's gonna do than Governor did. Oh no, Negan is a fucking badass. He blows the governor out of the water, and so I'm glad that they did this. Sorry, I'm glad that they did this because it shows Negan is not one to mess with. So I'm honestly excited to see how the season goes. I'm hoping that it'll be an epic season. I'm kind of wondering if maybe, because I thought it was going to be Daryl at first, but once when I started watching the sixth season again, I started thinking more of other people that would probably get killed off, especially Abraham. I even thought it would have been Maggie, if anything. And also a lot of theories have made me think, okay, it can't be Daryl, because honestly, the thing between him and Dwight, I felt like was still unsolved in the one episode where Daryl meets him. So I feel like there's still more conflict resolution that needs to be done between the two before Daryl gets killed, or if Dwight gets killed, whoever, or maybe none of them get killed. But either way, it was a dark episode, a great episode. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, you are fucking amazing. Honestly, you did great in this episode. I can't wait to see the next episode already. I'm I'm still shaking from the episode itself. I mean, it was a great episode. Amazing. What did you guys think of it? Did you guys predict the right people or person? Comment below, let me know, and also let me know what you thought of the episode. I loved it. I can't wait for the next episode already. And yeah, guys, have an awesome day. Peace out.